see you. Good morning, sir. Etuk Madu Mel, Oluti Prince, the Samsung A7 user, and Sonny Blaze. How are we doing? Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We thank God for a good week. Even though this week, missed trades won't kill me this week. God. Missed trades wanted to kill me. Of course, you know that I do more of limits, right? Well, there are times where if the trade's already around my area, I just take the trade, but I do more limits. So, I had about 3 missed trades this week. It was just funny, but it's part of it. It's part of it. Uh, gold still gave 2R yesterday, and it's part of everything. So even if it happens like that, it's just a phase. Then you wait for it to come to an end, and then you enjoy your trading the way you normally do. Okay. So I hope we had a good trading week. If there's anybody that wants to share their experiences this week, you're free to do that. Yeah, you can just type on the chat box. Let's hear from you. You can type in the chat box. Let's hear from you. And today we'll not do much. Today is Friday, and the week has been very hectic. So we'll not do much. We will see something to trade. We'll trade. If we don't, we're going to wait till next week. So most of the buyers, right, the directions that I gave last week is what is still holding, or what we are still going to be holding on to for the coming week. So I will not really go back. Maybe on Monday we'll just touch it again while we freshen up for the new week. So for today, we'll just quickly see 1, 2, 3 things. I will call it a day. So today is Friday. Today is Friday. Today is gonna be a very busy day. Sorry. At 9:30, we're expecting news for Great British Pound, GBP. You can see there's a red folder news there for GBP at 9:30. 1:30, we're going to have CPI news. So in the market, we have powerful news. We have NFP, right? We have CPI news. We have the unemployment unemployment index something. We have which other one is powerful? We have PPI. We have some other one. Those are those the names of the news, right? So this is always the strongest, followed by this one, right? Followed by CPI, and then unemployment claims come in before PPI and PMI and the rest. So NFP is always very strong, followed by CPI. So today we're going to have CPI news at 1:30, right? For USD. You know that a lot of currencies are being affected when the news is coming on USD, right? So the USD today at 1:30, we're going to have CPI news. So if you are not in a trade at that time, right? And if you know you're not a news trader, because there are people that just trade the news, that's fine. If you know you're not a news trader, right? And you're not on a trade at that point in time, maybe your trade is just forming few minutes to CPI. I advise that you trade carefully, or you don't, or you just stay away. All right. You either just trade carefully or you stay away from the trade completely, because there's a lot of momentum that kicks in at this time. And sometimes it may be too fast, too quick for your broker to, activate the orders at the right time, and you may suffer what they call slippage. Okay. Like I said, this thing can still work in your favor. This thing can still work in your favor, but when it doesn't work in your favor, it's always very bad. Is that okay? So that's why we always stop by to see, okay, what do we have for the day before we go into the markets? Okay. So like I said, we'll not do much today by God's grace. We'll just I'll just go over 1, 2, 3 things, and then I'll call it a day. Okay. So let's go from top to bottom. So ADCHF, you see, we had a major range here. And then what the price, when price came for this side, price closed with a body, right? And see what happened. I say when price closes a major structure with a body like this, it means price just wants to retrace and then continue, right? I think yesterday, sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather today. And then yesterday, and then yesterday, it was said that we were expecting after this expansion that happened here, that price will come back to that area to experience some sales, right? So you see that price has come back to this area, anywhere around this place. So this was I went to 4 hours to spot this 4 hour expansion, and this guy is serving as what is serving as liquidity, and you can see that the moment price tapped into this guy, he started falling. I say mysteries wanted to kill me. I actually placed a sell here. I had a sell here. My SL was just above here for about 9 pips or so. And then see what this trade would have given me a very nice reward by now. See how price just came very close. This was my entry around here. Price came very close and sank to the downside. When I came back to see it, I just laughed. Some days are like that. Some days are like that. Just don't change the formula. This is trading. It's very unpredictable. Some people, because of one experience, some the thing is that some human beings are too reactionary. And if I'm around people that are too reactionary, it disturbs me, all right? Because some things just happen. You don't need to react to everything. Some things just happen. Let it happen, right? Don't change your formula. Don't change whatever. Okay, last week I had a couple of good trades. This week now, I have a couple of missed trades. Does that mean I should go and change my entire strategy or my entire entry approach because of a week of missed trades? No, it's just a week out of 52 weeks, right? It's just a week out of 4 weeks. There are other weeks to make up for what happened, in one week. So this is like me trying to admonish us to just calm down on being very reactionary. All right. Any small thing you're already shaking, you're already come on now. That's not how that's not the mentality, that's not the mindset when you're trading. If something happens in trading, you just laugh it off, right? I'm not saying you should not have emotions or whatever. We are all still emotional beings at the end of the day, but when you are reacting to everything, any small thing that happens, you are reacting to it, it affects you negatively. And this is not just in trading, right? This happens in real life situations also. So just learn to be, very, very stoic, to some situation. There's not everything that you have to react to, not everything you have to say something about, both in trading and outside of trading. Okay. So you see that trading actually shapes us for the outside world. Okay. Um, I digress. So we came back here and then we have started our push down to the downside. So let me delete this. So what I saw yesterday is that we had an expansion. Can you see this place? There was a small expansion there that hinted that we may still be selling. But what happens is that it's good to be very smart. Now, you see what I'm seeing here looks like a key level, this place, the key level that price has broken. So you see this place now, price may want to play around this place. So what I'm going to do, I will not enter a straight up sell. I'll wait for this place to be disrespected, right? If I can get a body closure like this to further confirm our selling direction, our selling bias, then we can do what? We can now start selling, okay? So you see the way price is coming back down. Price did something like this, and it's now coming down like this. You see, when I see something like this, it looks like retracement. The price wants to come here and then do something like this. I don't know if you understand. So what's going to happen is I'll wait. If we can get a closure, below here with a body, then I'll know that, okay, good. We are very solid now. So price can do a small retracement to the most recent expansion, and then we continue selling. So that's the view. That's the view for AUDCHF. There is an expansion here, Sha, but like I said, we have come back into this place now. And you see how powerful this place is. See the way it held price, a couple of times in the past before breaking structure. So as price is coming back to this place now, you need to be cautious of any buys you were trying to get, and sorry, any sells, because we have tapped a key level for buying now. So you wait, let this place, filter out the buyers, then you join. Okay, that's for the UDCHF. It's a very simple stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to dwell too much. I'm not going to dwell too much on any currency today. Okay, so same thing here. Same thing here. So remember this trade, we're looking at it right from the monthly time frame, right? Remember I said I don't really trade the monthly, but if I'm prompted to look at the monthly, I'll look at it. And the same way we trade weekly and daily is the way we trade the monthly. So we know that when we have a higher time frame candle, when price sweeps, let me use some pen. So when price sweeps the high or the low of a higher time frame candle like this, right? This is a sign that price is going to come for this place. Abi? Or if price should sweep the low, right? This is an indication, and the price is reacting like this. This is an indication that price will do what? Price will come for the high. Abi? Okay. I've said this 1,001 times in this live session. I believe everybody that has joined the live session or that used to join the live session should, have that at the back of their palm now. So AUD NZD's monthly high sweep here. Weekly is trying to expand. Weekly is still trying to expand properly. But you see the weekly, see the candlesticks that happened here on the weekly time frame. So this was an indication that the buyers tried to buy you. They tried to buy, but what happened? The sellers were too strong. That price came and closed like this. So as at the point, the fact that there's a long week like this means that at a point, this whole week was a body. But the sellers were so strong that they ended up pushing all the momentum down, and then they closed like this. So that was another sign that, okay, we may look to sell, right? So I go to the daily. What do I see on the daily? I've been seeing break of structure to the downside. You see, look at all these places. Break of structure here, break of structure here, break of structure here, or we call it expansion, whatever you like to call it. And so that's intrigued me. That when price comes to the most recent expansion, which is this place, see, this is the most recent expansion here or here, anywhere you want to look at this place, we can look for sell. And you see that the moment price touched that expansion, it started to fall. Started to fall. So how do we join in? This thing happened in the night. I was analyzing the market in the night yesterday, and I saw that if probably this was daytime, I would have been interested. So you see that in that same night, we had another 4-hour expansion. This is like trying to refine. We had a 4-hour expansion. So this is another sign that when price comes here, we sell, Abi. So we go to the 1-hour time frame to look for entries. So what happened is that at this point, the 1 hour does not have a fair value gap or imbalance, So we leave that place. Price has on the 1 hour now has gone ahead to do another break of structure here. You see here, I'm trying to break here again. So what I'm seeing that now, this is the most recent expansion here, Abi. And this place now has what? This place has a fair value gap. You can see this place has a fair value gap or an imbalance, anyhow you want to call it. And then there is a nice candle here that we can look to sell from. So that's why this is a trade that I'm looking at today. This is the only trade I'm looking at today. I'm actually quite burnt out from the whole week's trading and everything. So this is the only thing I'm looking at today. I will not really do too much on the charts. Okay. So AUD NZD, just go and place a limit from here. Right, so let me just go to 1 hour time frame and place this limit. All right. We'll see how it goes. If it gives us good reward today, very well. When we place a trade, our job is to do analysis, right? When we do analyze the market, we take our trade, we execute. Please always learn to execute, right? Train to execute. Don't just analyze the market and leave it like that, okay? Learn to execute, okay? So what's going to happen is that this is the only thing I'm looking out for today. When price, if price will come back here, it will. I expect a sell from there. We hope it's not going to be another missed trade, because this week has been wonderful. Okay, so this is the view for AUD and ZD. You can go ahead and take your sell from this 1 hour order block. So if price comes back inside this place, we can sell. Okay, so that's the view. We're not wasting any much time. Today is Friday. We're just rounding up basically. So this is the only trade I'll look out for today, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay. CAD CHF. Okay, the same thing I just explained, right? You see, we have been falling. You see, when we fall like this, we leave behind key levels, point of interest, that when price comes back, we can sell. Price didn't come back for this one, but he did another one here. Can you see? He did another one here. So this is very interesting for us, is it not? So you see that price has come back here. Yesterday, we looked at the buy that happened somewhere here. I think there was a buy that I talked about that happened somewhere here to this place. And then I said on that same call that when we come here, we're going to sell. It's not that, it's not magic. It's not, I don't have access to this data or that what markets will do. I just know that due to analysis, right? And skill and experience that we have built over time, we know that when price touches all these kind of areas, there's going to be a retracement. There's going to be a rejection. All right. There's going to be a rejection. Okay. So that is exactly what happened. Who is this person? Okay. So that's what happened there. You see that price came back. You see the place on the daily time frame. Look at the line chart. You see that this was the most recent expansion. Okay? And it left behind what? It left behind fair value gap. You see, we really like fair value gaps because it's a very strong indication. These things are like fuel, like fuel, are like fuel. Even if you were driving forward, right? And then the filling station is somewhere at the back. But you know that you are going to this, you're going to this point here, and your car may not take you from here to here. You would rather do what? You would rather come back to fill your tank here before you resume. Is it not? That's exactly what fair value gaps are like. Are we together? They are like filling stations. So when the price comes here, price comes back to do what? To grab liquidity, to grab momentum, everything. So when it's done, it will now do what? It will now go to its required direction. We know that market does not just move in a straight line. When market does all this retracement, what do you think it's doing? It's simply going back to grab what? To grab liquidity, to grab fuel. Okay? When it does that, probably in the sense of fair value gaps, or if it is all these kind of inducements that they'll go and sweep it before dropping. You see, they are called internal range liquidity. Okay, unfortunately I cannot explain everything here on the live session, but that's what is simply happening. Is that okay? So when these kind of retracements happen, we expect that okay, when price is back to this point, it has grabbed something, and then we can expect something to happen. So you see these things happening in real time, okay? It's not magic, it's just analysis. Okay. So now on the 4 hours now, you see that the 4 hours has gone ahead. Let me clear these lines. See what the 4 hours gone ahead to do now. You see, we have broken, these structures here and here. So this is a good sign, right? This is a good sign. And then we have some fair value gap here. Again, that you see price has tapped into the fair value gap and has dropped again. So let's see. And again, you can also see that, where's the pen? You can also see this is like another expansion. So let's show on the line chart. Let me show you. Can you see? It's small, but it's an expansion. So what are we looking at now for this guy? Two things. Two things. Number one is this place, right? And number two is this area, because the price can still come into this area. This what's it called? This border block is here. On the daily time frame now, the reason why I'll be careful with this buy. Be careful with this buy because price is currently sweeping previous day low, and this sell rather is just at the region where price may want to come back for. But you see this one up here is very powerful. I think something happened like this that invalidated a trade. I think it's on synthetics. I might stop by there to show you. So let's be very cautious. When price comes back to these two POIs, this is where we're going to look for to continue selling. Is that okay? So that's that. That's that. I'm not wasting any much time. Okay. I don't have anything for that one yet. What's happening in this guy? Euro AUD. Okay, the same thing. The same thing. The same thing. All right. The same thing. If these guys don't move today, maybe by next week they'll move. You see, we took previous day's high, old high here with a week. Remember what I said? When it closes with a week, that is a sign. When a major high price goes to a major high and closes with a week like this, that's a sign that we are going to sell. I hope these things, when I say it, you don't take it for granted, because we have seen it happen over and over and over again. Is that okay? So now what has price done? Price has come down to expand, broke here, it has done again here. So this is a place that price can, let me clear the chart here. This is a place that price can likely come back to play from. See the line chart. Can you see? This is a place that price can come back to play from. So let's see the 4 hours time frame. So you see in the 4 hours, there is a what? There is another block there. There's other block, there's fair value gap. So this is a nice place that price may be interested to sell from. Is that okay? This is a nice place that price may be interested to sell from. So this place now, let me see. Do we have something on the 30 minutes? Okay, 30 has some prices. So if you're going to be trading AUD, Euro AUD, where prices is not a bad place to sell. Where price is currently, is a bit okay, 30 something pips SL. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So where price is an interesting place to sell. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Is it that you can sell from there, or do you want to wait for lower time frame confirmations? That would be up to you. Because if you want to wait for confirmation, see how you do it. Okay. Where's my pen? So see. So when we break structure like this, right? You break structure, we now look for what? The retracement into the new fair value gap that we formed, and then you can sell till TP1, and then TP2 will be down. Is that okay? So that's so where it is now is a nice sell region. The just that the buy is still there, but I am I'm positive, right, that the sales may come into the market at this point. Is that okay? So we have looked at CAD CHF for a sell and this other one too for a sell. Is that okay? So where price is currently is good for sell. So you can go ahead and do markets execution. Put your SL above this high like this, and then you can target this low. It's Friday, so don't do too much. 2R is okay. 2R of this low is okay. So let's see how this guy plays out today. Let's see how this guy plays out. Okay. That. Let's continue. Let us continue. Euro GBP. How many of us took this buy limits? Was anybody triggered by mistake? Because it was just crazy. This was a very nice trade from yesterday. Very nice trade from yesterday. You see that we analyzed that when price touched here, when price touched here, price should do what? Price should come for this high. Abi, you see that the target was not yet met. So whatever thing price was trying to do here around this area was just accumulation. It was forming a couple of sideways market. But I knew that all these things is just trying to sweep liquidity. Let me show you how I knew. I went to is it the 4 hours? Yeah, 4 hours time frame. See what price did. Price did this. Price did this. So this is now like internal liquidity. Price swept it and moved up, right? And now it did not print a new one. So this low was now like the liquidity. Price took that low again and went up. So yesterday, is it yesterday? No, the day before yesterday or so, price came back and printed this small liquidity here and went up, and then came back, swept the liquidity and gave a new push. So I knew that, okay, if he does that thing again, I'm going to look for buys. And that is exactly what he did. He came here, did a small rejection like this. And that's exactly how, this we're able to pick this trade, right? Normally, we should look for the trade from the other block, which was small here. But we looked at them from the key level here. Look at the key level. Price has touched 1, 2, now flipped around and used that place as what? As a resistance before, destroying it. So when these kind of things happen, right, over and over again, we have seen that price likes to do what? Price likes to come back to that area before shooting up again. So that's exactly what happened. But this time around, price just came, took the inducement, right, and flew. It did not touch the entry, right? It was very unfortunate, but there is no problem. These things happen in the market, okay? These things happen in the market, and price went to TP of 3R, and I think it has even done up to 4R by now, but it's fine. You don't chase, okay? You don't chase. That's just the way it happened. There's nothing we can do about it, all right? From time to time, your trades will run away without you. From time to time, you may even hit some losses on your trade. There is no problem, okay? At the end of the day, preserving capital is what is key. It's a missed trade. It's not a lost trade. Abi, your capital is still intact, is it not? There is no problem. Next week, this trade will still play out. This kind of trade will still form, and then we'll do the same thing, and it will play out. Euro card that we had beginning of the week, or is it last week? It was this kind of situation. It was a very proper QMR markup like this. We had our entry down here. Price came, triggered it, and ran to TP. But today, price did not touch the entry. There is no problem. All right. Next time it will touch, and then the trade will play out well. So that is that for Euro GBP. So we can go ahead and, invalidate this order for now. When we see another one, we are going to play. So what happened here yesterday? Can you see? Go back to the line chart to filter the noise. You see that the daily has broken this thing. Price closed above, all of these areas. So let's see, is there a 4 hours fair value gap anywhere? Yep, that price may come back to see this whole place. And what the price do here? Didn't it just come back for this place before it resumed the buy? Okay, so that's exactly how Euro GBP played out. So for now, I don't have a trade for Euro GBP. The only place I can currently mark out is here, right? If it comes down here before, today finishes, which is the weekend, we'll know what to do. But for now, it's not there, so we're going to remain patient. Okay, so EU is currently, trying to buy, trying to sell at the same time. It's sideways at this point. So what we do in a sideways market now? We leave the market alone until it gives us a clear direction. It was said on EU that after we did this, right, and then this retracement, the one price to trade all the way back to this low. So I call that this supply here. So when price comes into the supply, I'm going to look to sell. I'll look for lower time frame confirmation at this supply. If I can get it, I'll sell. If I don't, I'll leave it alone. Okay. You don't need to waste time analyzing the markets. We'll say that over and over and over again. It's very simple. GBP AUD. This guy is looking like a next week's trade. Looking like a next week's trade. Okay. So what will happen is we will expect here to be swept. Price will tap. See, this place is very powerful. See the way price interacted with here 1,001 times. So price will come inside here, and then we'll look to buy up till this draw on liquidity. Okay, price will come here, and then we'll look to buy up to this draw on liquidity. So this is direction for next week. This is direction for next week. Okay, so we'll be on the lookout for that guy. Okay, GBP CAD that we talked about yesterday has triggered, right? This is a nice reaction. We should be coming for this high. So what you do is, if you're not ready on the trade, what you do is, let me check the daily first to ensure that, okay, you see daily low has swept the previous day low. So let's see 4-hour expansion. Okay, 4-hour is still trying to expand. So this is where 4-hour will finally expand, when the body, closes above. When body closes above, we can go to 1 hour to look for entry. Let's check 1 hour. Okay, it's not yet forming. It's not yet forming. All right. 1 hour should give us a fair value gap and everything, and then we will be set to buy. So if you're not already on the trade, that's a kind of re-entry opportunity. So you see that we are dropping. So when we do something like this on the H4, that's now a sign that, okay, we are in alignment with what happened on the higher time frame. We can now expect price to come back and continue the buy. Okay. Of course, I used the QMR setup for this entry here. Okay. You see sweep, and then liquidity here, and then what, a break of structure. So when price comes back to this place, right, it has to come and take this liquidity that was here and then continue the buy. Is that okay? So that's what the view is for GBP CAD. Okay. So if you're not in the trade, when there's a reach, when there's a re-entry, you can join in when this high, when price close above this place. Sorry, this is like disturbing. When price closes above here with a high, we will be interested to trade.
Hello, Mr. Sito.
Somebody saying, yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, can you just check AUD NZD again? I don't know. It's selling. I don't know whether that's the right point or it's an inducement.
AUD NZD, okay.
Did it touch the zone you are talking about?
No, it has not touched yet. It has not touched. Okay.
If I just close this small set, this small.
Are you selling already?
I'm selling. It's selling. I want to know whether I should latch it with good.
It's even dropping. Funny enough, it's dropping.
But it has not reached the zone, right?
It has not yet reached the zone. It has not yet reached the zone. But well, if you're in a trade, that's fine. So what you do is you can cover your SL, put your SL above here. All right.
Okay.
Let your SL cover the high, so that at least you know that you can enjoy the trade. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
That's all right. So okay, so we're GBP CAD, GU. You see GU now. You see those buys that GU were trying to give yesterday. Okay, is it yesterday or the day before yesterday? You see that everything has come back down because we have an overall target which is here. So you see, when price is giving us this, when when there's an overall low like this, to price to come here, price can do something like this to touch here. But when it comes back, it's coming for this low, right? But it does not mean that when it comes here, it will try to induce some buyers by giving a reaction. This reaction now, people who want to buy, by the end of the day, they will still come to this DOL here. Okay. We have talked about this many times on the live session. We are also seeing it happen and I remember it happening very well on GBP CHF a couple of weeks back. Is that okay? So we are just waiting. When there's a good reason to trade it, we're going to enter. So maybe, if you don't get a trade today, maybe tomorrow. All right. NZD's card to our counter trend trade is doing very well. It seems counter trend trades did well this week. NZD card, Flip X2, counter trend trades did very well. It was called out here. And the moment we get 2R, I think we have done 2R here. I think we have done 2R on the trade. So you can start to book your profits if you are not already. But the overall trade is this place. So this is the overall view. This is the overall view. Okay, when we come here, I'm going to look for a higher time frame sell. And where do we look to sell out to? This low? Okay, so that is the view for that guy. USD card. Let me clear my screen and show you something. USD card. This was a major high, right? This was a major high. What did price do? Price closed there with a body, right? Let me check the weekly. Price also closed the weekly there with a body. So what did I say when price closed with a body? It's like I'll start giving assignment too. So when I say when price closed with a body, price will retrace more, to the most recent expansion on the lower time frame. If it's here or the one that we are seeing here, that place is a strong place to buy from. Is that okay? So now let's see the daily. You see that the daily has something like that here. This was the last expansion. And see how good it looks on the 4 hours time frame. Can you see? See how good it looks on the 4 hours time frame. This was a very solid key level. See the way price was using here like resistance so many times. And then it broke. Then it now did what? It now used here as liquidity. I'm expecting price to, still come here. But I spotted something this morning, okay? Oh no. You see what I think on the weekly. See what happened? Weekly swept previous week's low. All right. Is that not a sign that we may continue upwards? Abi? Then what I now saw on the daily is a fully bullish engulfing candle forming. Can you see that? So this was, but that I can't take this trade until this day, until today finishes, because what? It's today that will let me know if this expansion is valid or not, because it's a daily candle. So if the candle should close bullish the way it is like this, I may check 4 hours. Let me see 4 hours. Okay. You see that there's 4 hours key level here, also coinciding with fair value gap that I can look to trade from. The only issue is that there is somewhere below here that we are still waiting for. So we hope not to be used as liquidity at this point, okay? But let's see how today closes. If today should close, bullish the way it is like that, it may be that, okay, some buys may happen here, but maybe in the future, this one will trigger, okay? See how we're very flexible. See how we're very flexible because we have where we want to buy from. Price is not giving us another reason to buy from somewhere higher than there. It does not mean that we have to, disregard that trade setup because of the one that we have lower. It happens like that. So you just have to play with the one that the market is giving you. If this one now fails, is when we'll now say, oh, okay, this is the place that we want to capitalize from. Is that okay? It's very simple. All right. So I think that's the last one. No. Okay. Yeah. USD CHF. I've called this area for like I think a week now. This place, very powerful place, very powerful place. Okay. When price is back to this place, you see, this place was like so many things happened here. That's why I'm here. I'm here. So this will be next week. I believe this should trigger next week. But if it triggers maybe during the day, I will talk to the group so that we position ourselves. Okay. This is a very nice key level. This high to, price now flipped around. You see here, price flipped around. Use this place again, and it has done this, leaving behind what? The fair value. So price can come here and sell off. Okay. So the last thing for today is gold. So gold, I was able to catch a buy. Oh, sorry. Yesterday, I think I talked about it. Able to catch the buy D2R. you know, and you can see there's a very massive pullback that, you know, I don't even know where it came from, but it happens. It happens. So the buy was from here. Upon mitigation of this expansion that we had there, price did what? Price expanded 2 times again to the upside, 1 and 2. So that was a very good sign for me that gold is going to buy from this fair value gap here. And that's exactly, and you can see there was like a key level, you know, price played around that place. So that was a very good place that gold will come back to buy before, you know, everything. But today, we delete this. This one has finished. But today now, the gold market now is still dropping. Let me check the weekly time frame. The gold market is still dropping. So maybe we have to be patient, you know, don't buy yet, don't sell, just wait for it to give you exactly what it wants to do. You see, it's trying to take this low. So this is the moment where we are just waiting for the market to tell us what it really wants to do. Is that okay? Because the buys here looks very, very solid, right? But now we are having this very deep pullback down into this area. So let's see what gold is trying to do at this point. Okay, if we have a cue to continue buying, I'm going to continue buying. But for now, I don't have anything for gold. Okay.
Cito Bank, good morning.
Mr. Jerry, good morning.
Yeah, morning, everyone. Please, can you just go to the daily chart, please?
Okay.
Yes, good. Okay, so where we currently are, prices, look at the left, close to where we are, where you have, yes, that zone. Price is currently coming close to that zone. So that particular zone, yes, that zone is most likely going to be another zone that will give us some good reactive mode. Now, for us to know how well that zone can act, please go. Can you zoom out your chart? Let's see from the bigger picture. White, yeah, it's very good. So take your Fibonacci from look. No, don't take it from there. Yes, where your cursor is. No, come down a bit. Yes, from there, because that's something it looks very obvious from there. So, did you see what I'm saying? So, from that zone, we are having 50 and 61% coincision, where you have the yellow and the red line, 50, 61, especially on that 60. Price might come, take out the liquidity at 50 because of that candle that spike of 50. Take out the liquidity there and then come into the 60 zone area and take out those liquidity and then bounce from there. And then we can see it maybe going back up from there. So I'm just trying to show us that the drop we are having could dip down further into this zone between the 50 and 60% area. So that's where I'm looking at taking my buy if price comes into that zone. First of all, what happens is that when price dip into that zone and take out the liquidity, we might have a very strong rejection, very strong buying pressure. A lot of buy orders will be there to push back or to bounce back a price back up, sporadically. So if you are my type that can be a little bit aggressive, you can have your pending order at that 60% zone and first bounce with them, take the bounce up with them, get some profit, and then maybe on a retest, we can now sit down properly to ride up with them. So that's my view for good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jerry. Thank you very, very much. So the view is this 60% area is we're expecting price to interact with. And you see this place also lines up with an imbalance. Okay. So you see there is very good reasons why price would be interested to trade from there. So what we do is we just sit and wait for price to tap into these areas, and then the aggressive people can place limits. The conservative ones can wait for an alignment, or maybe the 4 hours or the H1, and then we can ride the buy back up. I don't think the gold is done buying, but it's just for us to see and what they call is to see and adapt, right? Okay, thank you very much. So that's going to be that from me for currencies. Okay, that will be that from me for currencies. The same way we'll just throw light on one or two synthetics, not much. Wanted to show us something on FlipX2 that happened yesterday. You see, when I say this thing is not I don't have information I don't have any insider information that something will happen. It's just, based on what market has done over time. I remember on this session, we talked about it at the time, the price was still somewhere. So what was it? I think price was still somewhere here. And I remember drawing this area like this. I said that when price touches this area, we are going to buy from here. Why did I say that? Because, in as much as the sales were looking very good, look at on the higher time frame. Always zoom out because, direction really comes from what the higher time frame is saying so that you don't get caught up, in the lower time frame behavior. So you see, we had this. So we have this. What happens? Price will always most likely come back to, where it started from before it gives you what? A reason to continue. Okay, so that's what happened there. When price came back to this place, you can see that price did what? Price did a new expansion at this point. Let me go to the line chart. You see that there was a new expansion of price at this point. Can you see? So, when they now checked the candlestick and there was an imbalance there, it was a very solid sign that when price comes back there, we can buy. Now, yesterday something happened. Is it yesterday or the day before yesterday? We had a sell. We had a sell that we were supposed to catch from here, and the sell did 2R from here, right, up to this point. And then I said something that when price touches this area, the buyers will come back into the market, or the buying momentum will come back into the market. Why did I say that? Let me explain again. So this was where we expanded from that weekly. Remember that weekly? This was where we expanded. So you see, the daily is also coinciding with this place. So what did price do? When price touched this area now, you see what it did? It did something like this, touched the area and expanded again. See the line charts. See the line chart is a very, powerful tool to add to your arsenal. You see, we broke structure again to the upside. So what does this mean? It means we want to buy, but we are going to first of all retrace to the buy that is happening before. So this alone, this break of structure, is it enough to just enter a buy? No. I now went to 4 hours time frame to look for a proper entry. So can you see what happened here on the 4 hours? You see that this zone was a zone that price was playing around with a lot. Price was playing around this zone a lot before breaking. So this was a well-respected zone. So it was expected that when price should come back into this place, they are going to buy. Can you see? I know that this I don't know, some people are already understanding it, but some people are finding it tough. But it's very easy. We are just simply doing what? Working with, when price comes back to your point of interest, you go to the time frame below to see, a reaction to that point. Is that okay? So you see, this is how we catch trades here. This is how we catch trades. And then I know that there are people that will be interested to take on, to get more knowledge, right, on this system. Well, we are here for you, and we are going to launch some private tutorials for some people who are looking at from the first week of November. Well, more information will follow. So all you have to do is reach out to me, but more information will follow on the groups, and then we'll know how to fit you in. Is that okay? We want to teach people how to analyze the market from top to bottom, so that even if you come and see this thing works on any chart, you see that I use the same system on currencies. I use the same system for synthetics. If tomorrow I decide to start trading cryptocurrency, I'll use the same system. All right, I'll use the same system to trade cryptocurrency. So you see that it's something that works universally everywhere. Okay, it's not something that works here, it does not work here. No. Okay, so it teaches you how to go from a plain chart. You can see a plain chart and you can make sense out of that chart. Right? You can expect that when price is reacting at so and so places, something will happen. It gives you a very good structure to follow. You see the way we have been trading it now. We have been trading it over time. And I'm sure you are seeing the way it's reacting very nicely. Is that okay? So it's just skill, and we want to teach people. We want, people to, not only join these live sessions and listen, but the truth is that the key to being a very good trader is being able to do it by yourself, right? Signals are fine. Trading AIs and robots are fine. All of those things are fine, but nothing beats being able to do it by yourself. Is that okay? So that is why we are bringing this to you, so that we, teach you advanced, right? This one is not just the elementary stuff, right? This is the advanced stuff. So, if you don't know the elementary, we are already doing beginner session for the elementary class, 7 p.m. So when we do that one, you learn the advanced, how to actually do it from start to finish on your own and execute. Execution is very key. A lot of traders have execution paralysis. They are scared to play straight. I don't know. Well, we talk about that too. They're scared to play straight, because when you analyze this thing and then you don't place it, what's the point of it? Is that okay? So that is it. That is it. So like I said, more details we'll follow, and then we'll let you know how to get you into the private tutorial. See something for flip 20. FX20. I said that we are very flexible over here. You see that we took here with a week. So that was a sign. I had a sell. There was a sell that happened here. We are very flexible and transparent. There was a sell that happened here. See, that sell failed. Why did that sell fail? It failed because we took here with a week. So there's a sign that we want to do what? We want to buy. So what did yesterday do? Yesterday has created an expansion here. You can see yesterday has broken. Where's my pen? Yesterday has broken structure to the upside. Can you see? So what are we expecting now? We're expecting on the 4 hours time frame, price should do what? Price should come back. Okay, if it doesn't reach here first, though, price can come here, use here as liquidity. This small guy as liquidity. Come here, tap into these areas, and then do what? And then buy. This thing has happened over and over and over again. And I know that there are people here that are very hungry for knowledge. Well, I want to tell you that you are in the right place, and we are willing and ready to teach people to ensure that they are better traders tomorrow. Is that okay? So let us pause here. And once again, I wish you a very fruitful and blessed weekend. Have a nice time. Take some time, rest, refresh, and then we go again from Monday. So thank you very much, Mr. Prince, Adeyemi and Deacon, Chuk Sobuta, Daniel James, Mel, Nosa, Mr. Jerry, Ololade, Olusola, Oluti, that's the synthetics guy. Oluwasegun, I greet you. Sam, I greet you. And Taufik, okay? So have a lovely weekend. See you next time. Bye.